You know that feeling when you open a social media app and within like 30 seconds you get this feeling that you're less, that you haven't been enough, that you're lagging behind. You are somehow behind on a race that nobody told you were running. And I know everyone and their mother has made a video on how hustle culture is bad or whatever, but right now we're not talking about hustle culture. We are going to talk about something that replaced hustle culture when people started hating hustle culture: self improvement. Yeah, like healing, the soft aesthetic and healing version. The journaling and the 5 a.m. routine and cold plunges, becoming of the best version of yourself. That version, yes, that is the thing I'm going to dissect today. Around 2019 2020, hustle culture peaked and then immediately collapsed. Gary Vee was everywhere. People were romanticizing sleeping 4 hours a night, and LinkedIn was a competition for who could suffer more productively. And then people got tired and they started pushing back. Rest is productive, you are not your output. Burnout became a mainstream conversation. And capitalism was like, it went like, okay, cool, let me rebrand this. Because what happened next was this massive cultural shift towards self care, towards productivity, towards self improvement, framed as self care. And on the surface, it did look like the antidote. But look closer. The 5 a.m. wake up club, still optimizing your output. The journaling routine, still performing productivity. The healing era, still a project. Still something to complete, still something to document and post. Yeah. If you'll ask me, I believe the term change, the pressure didn't go anywhere. We went from rise and grind to glow up. Both of the sentences are telling you the same thing, that you, as you currently are, you are not enough. You need to change. You need to become a version that society, that this, that others have made standards on. You have to become that version. You have to neglect yourself, your own POVs, your true self. You have to ignore your true self and become the version that the world has been telling you that this tick marks you have to done. That you, as you currently are, you're not enough. You have to change. And the change, my love, you'll never reach there. Because that's not how capitalism works. You need to be worked on. You are a before picture. They are telling that you are a before picture and you need to have an after picture on your aim, on your mind, which is totally based on their standards. And I guess a wise person will have nothing to do with that. And the other thing about capitalism is that it doesn't care what you are consuming, it just wants you to keep consuming. Hustle culture needs you to keep consuming and like stay trendy in the name of productivity. They are going to sell you anything and everything. Hustle culture sells you productivity apps and energy drinks. Wellness culture sells you supplements and therapy products and like whatnot, productivity diary. And you must spend on courses to find yourself. I mean, duh. Someone else is going to help you find your own self. I mean, are you even in your senses if you're going to find yourself with someone else's help? Self, like you are nowhere else, you are inside yourself only. That is so pathetic. Different aesthetics, same machine. I mean, how can someone get convinced that you need to find yourself by purchasing this certain products, that stuff that someone else is making just for the sake of their profit? They are to getting profit, but what you are getting, you are not going to reach where you are aiming for. I mean, I'm not saying that do not be productive or do not grow in life. That is a must, and you can grow without purchasing that specific tumbler, without purchasing that specific journal stuff, cute stuff, trendy stuff, or exact overpriced coffee from that exact place. I just wanted to say this. You have been a victim of capitalism. Even I have been. But the thing is, I am aware. Maybe you too are aware. I mean, we all are aware and still do stuffs. Let's move on to the next one. The becoming problem. There's this word that self improvement has been obsessed with, and it's the word becoming. Like you're always becoming something. There is no end. You're not gonna reach to the end, because that's not how capitalism works. If you'll ever reach that certain place that they are filling your head with, their market will shut down. Become the best version of yourselves, who you are becoming. Oh, she's in her becoming era. Sounds cool, right? Yeah, sounds very productive, sounds very growy. Growth, evolution, change. Those are good things. But I just want to ask, what if the word becoming and the trends around becoming is just another sophisticated way of you never being able to feel okay with who you truly are? I mean, are you okay with that? Think about it. If you're always becoming, you are by definition never arrive. You are perpetually in a progress, and a person who is perpetually in a progress is a person who perpetually needs the next thing, the next book, the next course, the next morning routine, the next phase of their healing. And I'm telling you, this is not an accident. This is an ideal consumer behavior. Someone who never feels complete, someone who's always reaching. Genuine growth is real. I'm not saying don't grow. I'm saying learn. Who profits by you believing that you, as you truly are, you're not enough, you're never enough, you have to keep changing yourself according to them. There are entire industries built on the premise that you are broken. Therapy culture, wellness culture, fitness culture, and whatnot, they all start from the same assumptions that you need to be fixed. And once you accept that assumption, you are a customer for life. Because I'm telling you, you'll never be fixed enough. Because that's not how capitalism, this all works. The goal was never your arrival. The goal was always your continued seeking for the next thing. Because you are a perpetuate person who's in a progress. And I believe there's a class analysis that I never heard anyone of them speaking out. Self improvement as a lifestyle is a luxury. It's not morally structural. The 5 a.m. club requires that you're not doing a night shift. The meditation practice requires that you have a quiet place. The healing era requires that you have the time that isn't already consumed by survival. This all, like supplements and the energy drinks and the stuff, it all requires money. Not everyone can afford that. The design becoming the best version of yourself is for the people who are already comfortable in their life, the people who have nothing to worry about. Basic needs, they have their basic needs fulfilled. Unlike few people, unlike the other section, it means we have taken something in the form of empowerment, in the form of self empowerment, in the name, in the frame of self empowerment, which is another axis of class distinction. You can tell a lot about someone's economic position by their view or by their take on self improvement and their relationship to self improvement culture. Not because poorer people do not want to grow, because the version of growth being sold requires something that is unevenly distributed. Where does that leave us? I don't think that there is an answer such as stop growing. That is not even an answer. I don't think the answer is to reject therapy, to reject journaling, to reject meditating. That is good. That is good, and whatever helps you growing, whatever helps you keep yourself sane. The answer is to be the suspicious consumer of the industry that has been built upon such certain things. Ask yourself, do you really need this? Or you want this because someone else wants you to want this? Ask yourself, is this actually rest or is it productivity in a linen outfit? Boom. Bye. Hopefully see ya in the next one.